Hi, I'm Jason,
And I'm Laura.
and we decided to take early retirement this year and live full time on our camper.
Yay.
So, in our last video, we had just left Wisconsin and finally moved on to the camper. And so, we spent the last couple weeks after that video in Red River Gorge, Kentucky. Um, and we had a great time there. It's a beautiful area. It was different than we were expecting. I think
Mm-hmm.
we were picturing like a canyon or a gorge. It's actually it's just a wildlife refuge kind of area full of rolling hills, a lot of spring flowers, lush greenery, streams and rivers, winding roads and tunnels, and we had a great time there.
Yeah, it
We
was really cool.
It was really cool. We found a pretty cheap campground. It was a tiny thing with 8 spots. It was actually behind a coffee shop slash liquor store in the main part of the gorge area. So we stayed there for a week and had a great time. We met a lot of interesting people. In fact, I think probably the highlight of the area was really the people and the
Yeah,
community.
for sure.
We met our first day there. We stopped by a ranger station slash welcome center to pick up some trail maps. And the guy mowing the lawn there, Donnie, noticed our canoe and immediately chatted us up and invited us to come paddling with him. And then so we hung out with Donnie a bunch. We met some of his friends from a little town in the area called Campton, and we ended up stopping by their a party they were having for the 1 year anniversary of their pottery business, Turtle Farm Pottery, and that was just super cool. It was really unexpected.
Yeah.
Campton was just a neat community, really fun people, cool. Just we had a great time doing that. So yeah, that was really, it was just an unexpectedly great experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The friendly people made it just a lot more fun and
Mhm.
really special. We did a lot of hiking while we were there on our own. We took some shorter hikes and went to see some waterfalls. We saw a couple of the eastern newts, which we didn't
Oh,
know what they were. Had to look those up. They're
super
pretty,
fun.
yeah, really cute. We had to make sure we didn't step on those. And Donnie invited us to float the middle section of the Red River. He was scouting for tires and other garbage that needed removal as part of his work with the Friends of the Red River Gorge. It was so scenic and peaceful, and we picked up a little friend. We had a cicada right along with us, which was really fun. And then the following day, Donnie took us on an 8 mile hike and took us to some off the map places and some of the more well known spots like Courthouse Rock, Double Arch,
Oh.
and Politician Rock,
Yeah,
which,
what does that one look like?
well, you'll have to
You can
see.
decide.
So that was really great. We got to see a lot of the ridges and valleys
Mhm.
and experience a lot of what the Red River Gorge has to offer in terms of hiking. And we love the outdoors, but we couldn't miss the city stuff either. So we found a spot to park in downtown Louisville with the camper right next to the Bourbon Trail, walked up and down that area a little bit,
Mhm.
took the Evan Williams Experience Tour, which was this multimedia experience. It was pretty cool. It wasn't just a tour, it kind of gave some history of the city and of
Free bourbon.
free, yes, well, sort of free
Laura didn't want her
bourbon.
bourbon, so I got a lot of free
That's
bourbon.
true. He got one and a half, and I got a half. And it was, I don't know, that was a lot of fun too. Then we wanted to see a horse farm because, of course, thoroughbred racing is like the big thing in
Mhm.
Kentucky. So we selected Millridge Farm mostly because it was a hands-on experience and we knew we'd
Mhm.
get to touch the horses and give them the scritches and all the places that they loved, and that was really fun. We got to meet it's a horse breeding and raising farm, so they have babies there and mares, and they have 3 stallions. Their famous stallion, or their most successful, is called Oscar Performance, and he charges a $45,000 stud fee and is insured for
Oh
$50 million.
yeah,
So that was interesting to learn a lot about that
that
industry.
was fascinating. And
Mm,
that horse stands stud for 165 mares a year. So if you do the math, they're charging $7 million a year for
yeah,
him to parent foals, which was amazing.
yeah, totally interesting industry.
Yeah. So, and I guess it wasn't all fun and games in Red River Gorge. We had some issues with tires. We ended up noticing that we had worn through one tire right through to the steel belts, and really that tire was only a year old. So we changed that out at a campground. Bought new tires the next day. Then one of the new tires went flat because we apparently ran over a microscopic piece of glass on the
we
highway.
we made some funny videos about that on Facebook, so you
Yeah.
can check those out and watch us laugh about the ludicrousy of tires. We did also get to visit some really great restaurants. My work friends from Marshfield Clinic and family gave us gift certificates for a barbecue place in the Red River Gorge area called Red Point,
Mm-hmm.
and it was beautiful. It was on the top of this hill at the end of a long windy road that we barely could fit two cars,
Yeah.
and we rode up there and enjoyed lunch. We invited Donnie to come with us, so we did that together. And then we had a gift certificate for a nice restaurant in Winchester called Loma's. It was
Mm-hmm.
beautiful, beautiful historic building, and enjoyed drinks and cocktails there as well. So thanks very much for that. It was
Yeah.
great. And we are still using gas cards too. So we received lots of gas cards from friends and family. Much appreciated. And we think of you every time at the pump.
Oh, absolutely. And that's very often. We're at the pump just all the time. We use a lot of gas hauling this camper around.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for watching our videos and leaving us comments. We always enjoy that.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see you next time in episode 5.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.